The appointments are lined up.
You waiting for somebody in there?
Got an appointment.
And it's not about what you want to hear, but what you need to hear.
It's not personal. It's strictly business. It's time you and me had a private talk, Winger. Step into my office.
It's Step Into My Office with Michael Lombardi. Mr. Lombardi, we'll see you now.
Michael, every week we're talking to somebody in the Patriots organization, so at this point I'm not sure if the advice is taking, but today we've got Mac Jones coming in. He was benched in the fourth quarter late on Sunday after that costly red zone pick. I don't know about you, but there hasn't been a single game this season where I've walked away saying, wow, he looks like a starting NFL quarterback. What are you saying to Mac Jones if he's sitting down at the desk today?
You know, Mac, I think what you've got to be able to do is take a break. I think you're worried you've been hit so much, and not all this is on you. You've been hit way too much. You're seeing ghosts, and you're not being able to decide on where to throw the football. You know, Billy O'Brien's screaming at you because he's showing you on the Polaroids or the video clips of where you should have gone with the football, and you practiced it. So there's obviously a disconnect going on here tremendously, and you're going to have to figure it out. And your career is at a crossroads because you can politically handle all this and blame it on Belichick, and he's taking all the heat. But at the end of the day, you're going to have to play better. And right now, you're not playing well at all. I think the best thing you could do is step to the side and kind of regroup.
Bailey Zappi, when he stepped in, didn't exactly light up things either. And when Bill Belichick was asked after the game,
Can I talk to Bailey for a minute?
Sure, Bailey's in.
Can I talk to Bailey for a minute? Hey, Bailey, before you start blaming coaches, you might want to play better. Like, let me just put that out there. Like, before you want to start talking about some other, I know you got all your Boston media people that want, you listen to you, but how about playing good? You got cut this summer because you played so poorly in the preseason. Like, it might be time for you to play good and shut up.
Okay, Michael, if they're both trash, Will Greer's in the office now. What advice are you giving him if he steps in?
Hey, I'd go tell Coach Belichick, Bill, you built this program on everybody is supposed to be based on how we play. Give me a chance. Give me some reps in practice. We're going to have a practice before we leave to go on our bye week this week. Give me some reps. Let me show you what I can do. I can lead this team. I can be the quarterback of this team. Give me a chance. I mean, hell, I can't do any worse than these guys are doing.
I love it. Let's talk to another quarterback, and he be struggling. Zach Wilson of the New York Jets on what could have been a game-winning drive on Sunday Night Football against the Raiders yesterday. He throws a back-breaking interception to Robert Spillane on the Raiders 15. And, of course, we know the story after replacing Aaron Rodgers with the torn Achilles in that first game. 6 interceptions to only 5 passing touchdowns this year. Another guy whose leash feels like it should be short, yet it's not. Michael, what do you need to say to Zach Wilson today?
Zach, what I would tell you to do is take all the plays that you really look like an NFL player throwing the football on and put them on a reel. And then take all your bad plays and put them on another reel. And then sit in the office and watch all your good plays. And then go watch your bad plays. And figure out in your head why your bad plays happen and why your good plays happen. Your techniques are all over the place. Sometimes you're throwing the ball sideways, overhand, your footwork, your mechanics, nothing's the same. You seem like you lack concentration during the game. So why don't you get a grip on it and figure out, like, when I do good, here's what I'm doing. And when I do poorly, this is what happens. And you're going to have to separate it. I don't know how you've been able to survive this long on this long of a leash. I know you got a great arm. I know at times you can be accurate, but boy, there are times where you just have not played well. And I think you got to figure out why you play well and why you don't. And the only person who can solve that is you.
Michael, why is he better at the off-platform, on-the-run, no-look throws than he is the basics? That's what I don't get.
Well, because he doesn't have to process on that, right? So when the play breaks down, he sees a guy open, it's a backyard, I'll throw it to you, right? When he's in the offense, he's got to read middle of the field open, middle of the field closed, where am I going with the football, what am I doing? Third down, overload pressure over here, but I can pick it up if I slide the line. No, I can't do that. Everything has to be happening quickly. When the play breaks down, it's just instincts. It's my God-given ability. And then he doesn't protect the ball in the pocket. I mean, he had another fumble yesterday. They didn't recover it, but he had another one. I mean, look, the other thing is, to me, is just watch him and his teammates' reaction to him, Stormy. There's no reaction. Do you watch Mac Jones and the team's reaction to him? There's no reaction. There's no reaction. He reacts when a guy drops the ball, but nobody reacts to him when he doesn't make a play. So part of this playing quarterback in the NFL is you got to make the players believe that you're going to make them better. If they don't believe in you, it's hard to play quarterback in the NFL.
Carson Wentz was trying to sell his soul to the Jets. They didn't want to take it. Josh Dobbs was right there readily available. They didn't take him. He's making plays for the Minnesota Vikings. But Aaron Rodgers did tell Melissa Stark that he'll be potentially back come December. So be on the lookout, ladies and gentlemen. How about Zac Taylor coming into the office, Michael? We know it was a rough start for the Bengals, but that was largely due to the calf and the offensive line play there up front. But then they go on this incredible run. They make these impressive wins, most notably against the San Francisco 49ers, and then they go and lose to the Texans and find themselves last in the division and out of the playoff picture. If you're talking to Zac Taylor, what can he do to get Cincinnati back on track in the win column, secure a playoff spot, and compete in the postseason?
Well, I think we got to go back to play a little bit of complementary football, right? I think that's going to be key for our team. We're going to have to figure out a way to run the ball more effectively. I saw we were under center a little bit, but we really missed Perrine. We need that other running back in there. We need to not play as much defense as we've been playing, and I think that's part of our problem. We're not good enough on defense, and we're playing too much defense, and we're going to have to cut that back out. So I think you got to probably slow the game down a little bit. I know you want to play at tempo, and I know all those things, but, I mean, when our defense can't really stop, we're just plus 10 in the point differential. We're minus 10 in the point differential. So we're giving up a lot of points. We can't stop teams on third down, and we're not a great third down. So my advice to you is, like all teams, I would work on pad level. I would work on situational football. We got to get better at third down. We're 37.3% on third down. We got to get better on third down defense. We're 43% allowing the opponent. We can't stop the run. We're giving up runs on average of 5 yards per attempt. That's one of the worst in the National Football League. So we can't stop teams from running the football on us, and teams are averaging 7.9 yards per attempt against us. So we got to go back to basics. We're just not good enough. We put these uniforms on. Yeah, I know we got Joe Burrow, and he can bail us out like he did in San Francisco, but if we don't start playing better defense and run and pass defense, we're not going anywhere.
Yep, complimentary football is the key. Now we got one of your friends stepping into the office. Good old Jim Harbaugh over there at the University of Michigan. The Big Ten, of course, banned Harbaugh from coaching from the sidelines for the remainder of the regular season, although he does have a hearing coming up on Friday where he is looking for due process, and mentioned a civics class that he took 40 years ago that said you're innocent until proven guilty, and he'd like that opportunity, which how can you dispute that? But despite his absence, the Wolverines handled business against Penn State with a 24-15 win and cover. How do you think Harbaugh should be handling this disciplinary process while preparing for Michigan to try to make a run at a natty?
Well, I think what he has to do is remove himself. One of the things you have going for you, Jim, is you've got this great ability of leading people and leading men. And this team has a cause. And whenever you have a cause, us against the world, that's a powerful tool. You need to use it. You need to keep using it. I mean, what you did in State College is remarkable. You go into State College, you don't call a pass play in the second half, and you still win the game. Your team's mentally and physically tough. You just need to keep coaching that way and keep going and you handle the distraction. Tell your team, look, don't worry about me. I'm fine. You guys worry about beating the next team. That's the most important thing. You block out the distraction. You stand in front of your team and you basically say, hey, this is me. You guys worry about the opponent.
Go to VSiN.com/subscribe to become a VSiN Pro subscriber today.